Hello Gemini, how are you guys doing? Are you well today? Welcome to my channel for those of you who are new. I am looking at Gemini specifically. I want to do a twin flame check-in for my Gemini collective. We are specifically looking at your person and whether or not they will be reaching out within the next few weeks. I am looking at the next 6 to 8 weeks. Okay, that's the time frame that we are looking at. And then we want to ask Spirit, what is blocking you in this connection? Okay. So we're going to see what it is that Spirit wants to reveal to us, what it is that Spirit wants to share with you, Gemini, based on the blocked communication between you and your person, your divine counterpart. So, for those of you who are new, it's your first time here and you don't know me, I am High Priestess Elif, spiritual healer, born, gifted, intuitive, and I channel the basis of my messages and my readings are channeled. I do read the cards, but most of it, the energy behind the message is me having Spirit in my ear, receiving messages, receiving impressions, energy. Spirit shows me into various aspects of your energy, your person's energy, and your guides and keepers guide me to bring you the messages that you need to hear. So we give thanks to Spirit. Everything that I'm saying to you in your reading, from the time that I begin to record until I finish, is me channeling, is me bringing you messages. Even when it seems as though I'm giving you a personal story, an analogy that makes sense to me, it is my job to interpret the energy that I'm being shown, that I'm having to read in a way that will make sense to you. Okay, so that's all that's happening. I have no judgment or bias into your situation or your story. I tell it like it is. The messages that Spirit brings to me is very, very sacred. I don't water it down. I give it to you like it is. I give you the truth. Take a few deep breaths. Ask your guides and keepers to guide you through this reading. Sorry, my cards are jumping. Ask your guides and keepers to guide you through this reading. To guide you through what is meant for you and what is not. It is a general reading for the Gemini collective. You could have Gemini in your sun, moon, and you could have Gemini anywhere in your chart. So you need to know, you need to have the discernment, you need to be intuitive, you need to be tapped in. Ask your guides and keepers to show you what is meant for you, to help you receive the messages that are meant for you, okay? And to help you to know without a doubt what is not meant for you. Okay, Gemini, so we are looking at your person. Thank you, Spirit. We are looking at whether or not Gemini's person is intending to message them, to reach out to them in some form, one or other form, in the next 6 to 8 weeks. Giving thanks to my guides and keepers. I won't be able to do what I do without you. Giving thanks to the archangels in the north, south, east, and west, their sacred flames burning. You've entered a sacred space. To those of you who've taken the time to like, to comment, or subscribe on this video or any of my other videos, thank you so much. I appreciate the energy exchange. It also makes it possible for me to channel healing in your direction, you know, because I tap into my subscribers for breakthroughs in the area of love, breakthroughs in your personal journey, to bring you healing. And it makes it possible, of course, when you do support the channel with your likes, your comments, your subscription, for other people who need to receive these messages to have access to them. Okay, so thank you so much for that. Okay, thank you, Spirit. The person that Gemini has on their mind, the person that they are thinking of at this moment, please let us know. Will their person be reaching out to them in the next 6 to 8 weeks? Channeling specifically for my divine counterparts. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, let's look and see what Spirit has to share with us. Okay, so your person's coming unstuck. Your person's had some choices that they've needed to make, and they've had some juggling that they were doing, conflict, dealing with different people, different parties in their lives. I'm seeing that they're coming out of that energy, and your person's coming to strength. They've been watching you for a while via social media. I do see them coming out of a stuck energy. Spirit is definitely saying that they are coming out of they're coming out of that stuck energy. They are coming towards you in their energy, but I don't see, Spirit is not showing me that they are taking any action. No, they're not actually going to take any action to physically reach out to you, to send that message, or to dial your number, or to actually show up somewhere so that you can see one another. If you do happen to, run into one another in the workplace or at a social gathering or something like that, then obviously they will, you'll pick up that their energy is different towards you, but they don't yet they're not ready to actually come towards you. So reaching out, I don't see them doing that. Okay. Spirit, why is this? What is the block here? What is the block for Gemini? What is creating this blocked feeling for them, where they are still hoping to, waiting for their person to reach out to them, and not feeling that they can actually just let go of this and move forward? What is the block here? What is it that Gemini needs to know to break themselves free from this block? So, okay. So what's going on here is that the two of you are mirroring one another's energy. Okay. The basis of this entire thing is about this spiritual journey, this twin flame journey. Okay. And Spirit is saying that the two of you spend so much time focusing on what has gone wrong here. Number one, okay, is there is an understanding in your minds that you're on a spiritual journey. You both seem to be clear on that. All right? Allowing yourself, setting the intention to progress on this journey. The intention is set, but your actions are, when you think about this, you think about what the fact that your person chose somebody else, or that you chose somebody else. So take it as it resonates, because it's not clear to me here yet. But both of you feel a sense of rejection, and there's a reason why both of you feel rejected, but one person might have chosen a third party here, or something else, chose something, made something else a priority over you. This is, you're struggling to get over this, you're struggling to get past this. There is also a power play here of expecting the other person to come towards you. Expecting the other person to release and let go of their idea of how things are supposed to be done and what they believe is right. Let go of everything that they are so attached to and come towards you. But you need to realize that you also need to let go of certain things. And it doesn't necessarily have to be actual things that you are attached to in the 3D, but there are ideas, beliefs, a concept of how things are supposed to work that you are holding on to. So you are not allowing for space for your idea of what this journey actually is about to expand. It's about more than the two of you. It's about you reaching greater levels of divine love within yourself. It's about you reaching greater aspects, expanding in your purpose, expanding in who you are as a person, expanding in your self-love, expanding in every aspect of your life. And instead of doing that, you're watching your person, waiting for them, thinking about how they betrayed you and whether or not they're going to make things right. You need to shift your perspective and recognize that what they did, they didn't do to you. They did it. It's their actions. But their actions were more about what was going on with them, were more about their journey and them realizing certain things about themselves and the various situations in their lives than you. And your actions too. The actions that you like and dislike, they were all yours. The root of your actions are inside of you. Looking to your person and not inward is hindering your growth. I see that you guys are watching one another. You are both doing the same thing. Trying to obtain answers that you actually need to find inside of yourself in traces of what the other person is doing. You won't be able to move beyond this. You won't be able to move beyond this, and neither will your person. What I mean is you won't be able to move beyond the connection. You will find yourself being drawn, but now instead of looking at it and trying to see some kind of clue that breaks you free, remember that you are one soul. If you are divine counterparts, if you are twin flames, you are one soul, which means that you have things to learn and overcome for the both of you, and your person has things to learn and overcome for the both of you, that you are never really separated in the 5D. And so stop focusing on the separation and go inwards, because there are things that need to click into place inside of you, and the same with your person, for you to progress. You are wondering, and so is your person, watching one another on social media, watching one another because you're wondering if your person has moved on. And they are wondering the same thing. And Spirit is saying that the betrayal that you keep judging and that you have resentment about in your person's behavior is also present in your energy in relation to yourself. It's easier to see what other people do. It's easier to recognize a toxic behavior when you see it in someone else, and that's why we have the mirroring. But it's a lot more difficult to recognize it in ourselves. The two of you have very similar tendencies, so what you are inclined to judge and resent in your person's behavior is also dominant in your energy. So you feel immediately defensive that, no, I wouldn't do that. I would never do what this person's done. I would never behave that way. I know better. They should know better. Wow. Let me give you a truth. now, if this reading resonates, and if everything that I've said to you to this point is true, then it is your reading, right? It makes sense, it's your reading. So the next bit I'm going to tell you, you might not be so open to receive and accept as your own, but it is yours. So take a breath and allow yourself to be open to hear what it is I'm saying from a place of love. Spirit wants me to share this with you. You might feel that your person has showed up as being sneaky, going back and forth, betraying themselves, betraying you, perhaps betraying others. This is something that bothers you, and you feel that they should be moving heaven and earth to make right what they've done wrong. Spirit says that this is also dominant in you, in your energy, in relation to yourself. So what your person's done that you don't like, you do to yourself. And here's one example of how. You guys are in separation. You know how long you've been in separation. You know when this split actually took place. And since then, you found yourself, whenever you think of your person, thinking about the fact that they chose somebody else, the fact that they rejected you, or made something else, another situation, a priority. You've been focusing on, when you do look at them, and your focus is on them a lot, that they need to do things on your terms, on terms that you believe are right and fit for you and fit for them and everybody. Because if they do it the way you want, then that's the right way. And yet you've been focusing on them. So that person in the mirror, that is you, that has had this separation, that knows here that that you are on a spiritual journey, has been dedicating most of your focus to watching your person, to thinking about them and everything that they've done wrong, to think about them and what are they going to do to make things right, to think about them and how they've hurt you. Focusing on all of these negative things. Focusing on all of these negative things when you think of somebody that you refer to as your divine counterpart, knowing that they are part of you, which means that in essence they are you. Their good and their bad is present in your energy, their yin and their yang. If it's not, then you're not a twin flame. Okay? And still rejecting the fact that if it's work that they are supposed to be doing, it's work that you should be doing. But you don't know that because you're so busy watching them in the 3D that you've not gone into the part of you that is soul and is source. You've not gone to spend an equal amount of time where you should be spending more of the time speaking to source about what is going on here. All of the negativity that you are focusing on, you are allowing it to grow, because what you focus on, what you give energy to, is what you attract more of. That is what the blockage is. Because the focus is on watching what's happening in the 3D and projecting what is missing, the discomfort, the dissatisfaction onto that person, and the person that is you, your inner self, doesn't get to have you. Your inner self, which is calling to you and saying, you are suffering because you and I are disconnected. You are suffering because you and I have a relationship to build. You and I have work to do. This is your inner self saying this to you. But you don't hear your inner self. You're too busy looking at this person, those outside of you, that is the reason for your discord and your dissatisfaction. So there is a betrayal of self. That's what keeps the wheel stuck. Because there is no progress, because the work cannot be done. You cannot fix what is wrong, what is broken, what is out of balance outside of yourself. And looking upon your person with resentment, fear, negativity, doubt, distrust, all of those lower vibrational energies only makes that expand. So where is the space for growth? Those are the energies, those lower vibrational energies are the ones that are active in your energy vibration. Those are the ones that are active in your essence. So where do they come from? They come from here. And that's why there is blockage, beloved. Because you have to start doing the mirror work. You have to realize that nothing happens without purpose. Everything is always happening to serve you, to move you forward to what it is that you desire. You desire what you've asked. You've manifested the ideal partner. Coming into alignment with what it is that you really want takes work. Okay? Some of you are not single. Spirit says some of you are still talking to other people even though you're watching this person all the time. You are trying to force yourself to get a distraction in other people instead of going inward and doing your work. Now, what does that do? See, there the sneakiness comes in. Because now you're drawing somebody new into your energy. You know that emotionally you are still tied to somebody else. Why draw somebody new into your energy? Why do that to somebody else? Some of you have done that. Some of you know that you are with somebody else and you think about this other person. So you see what I mean when Spirit says? It's easy to see how somebody else has betrayed you and is sneaky, but you are betraying yourself because you are betraying your heart. You are betraying your relationship with yourself. Instead of coming into alignment with yourself, coming into relationship with yourself, doing the work, loving on yourself, appreciating all of the beautiful things you have in your life. There's so much that any person can find a lot of things every day to be grateful for. Focus on that. Do your hobbies. Do something positive in your community. Don't try and flirt with other people and get into other relationships so that you can be distracted, because everybody's looking for love. Everybody's looking for someone that's going to make them a priority and that's going to fall in love with them, be open to fall in love with them, and that they can possibly have an amazing partnership with. You wanted that with your person. Why would you rob somebody else of that? You see, guys, I told you. Straight talk. So, that is your answer to why you are blocked. And if you are not entertaining somebody else, as I said, you take it as it fits, as it resonates. It's a collective I'm speaking to. But the sooner you are willing to own your truth, the sooner you are able to break free. Work on coming to emotional stability. Work on being solid emotionally, because then you can move from that space. You know, you will honor yourself and you will honor those that you love, because you won't need anybody. You will be loving them just because you love them. And so whether they are what you want or not, you can still love them, but you can happily let them go and let them be free. Spirit says if you allow yourself, Spirit says there's a tendency here for some of you Geminis to feel that somebody that loves you should accept you the way that you are. Are you willing to accept your person the way that they are? There's some things that people should just not expect us to put up with, because it's not in essence who you are. Sometimes we hold on to characteristics and behaviors just because they make us feel some sort of false sense of stability or power. And sometimes they hold us back and they hinder us. Spend time in relationship with yourself. That's where you are going to realize that you don't need certain things and who you really are authentically at your core. Develop your relationship with yourself from an emotional, intuitive place. Your happiness will come. This is what's going to draw you and your divine counterpart closer together. You will see yourself evolving in front of your eyes, and you will know in your energy, I'm drawing nearer. Things are shifting, things are changing. That is how you overcome your blockage, Gemini. Love and light to you. I wish you all the best. Love yourself. Love yourself. You are the foundation of everything that it is that you want to create in your life around you. You cannot establish or discover anything outside of yourself in somebody else. The basis is always within you, and you attract accordingly. Okay? Thank you so much, guys, for allowing me to share this message with you. Take your time with this. You still have work to do. Okay? For those of you who would like to get a personal reading, because this is a general, you are welcome to contact me. My email is in the description box below. Until next time, Gemini, love and light. Bye now.